I'm extremely delighted to be here. My TEDx talk is on healthy bones, key to longevity and happy life, unfolding the manifold roles your bones play. Being an orthopedic surgeon, I'm going to unfold before you the manifold ways your bones are responsible for your longevity and happiness through a 3E edutainment approach, what I call education, empowerment, and entertainment, edutainment. Everyone in life desires happiness. We all think our happiness is the byproduct of these three: fame, name, and success. There is an outer theory which says we always believe that success in these three things brings us happiness. External things which everyone is chasing. The personal success, professional success, material success leads to happiness. That's the outer theory. Then there is an inner theory too, which says our spiritual gurus always tells us to look deep inside and not outside for happiness. Orthopedic surgeon's inner theory. I as an orthopedic surgeon also tell you the same thing. The difference being, I ask you to look inside your bones for your happiness. Let us start with two stories and see how it gets linked to our bone story. The rib story, the apple story, and the bone story. The rib story. We all know that God created Adam, and to keep him company, he plucked his seventh left rib and created Eve. That was the beginning of the human race. Hence, except Adam, we all are here because of this rib bone. The apple story. Eve was tempted by Satan, who in return forced Adam to eat the forbidden apple. She led to his downfall and the beginning of human misery. And this is how our happiness got lost with a bone. But ironically, our redemption also happens with these bones, and they are the one of the means to achieve longevity and happiness. Your bones lay the foundation for your inner and consequently outer happiness. A healthy bone, a happy life. How are our bones instrumental in our happiness? I will share with you the 10 layers of our bones. It gives you a strong skeletal construct, general well-being, mobility, stability, protection, posture, immunity, bone banking, preservation, and finally an honorable exit from the world. Bone role number 1. Bones are like the building frames. It gives you the stable skeletal construct. Tall and handsome body is due to your strong skeletal frame inside. Are people with defective skeletal construct happy? Let us see a few examples. Congenital defects, the developmental defects, inflammatory defects. Are these people happy? Obviously, they are not happy because they don't have a good skeletal construct. Bone role 2. General well-being, glowing face and skin. Your bones produce red blood cells. It makes you look healthy and beautiful. Look at the difference in the glow of the skin as your bones age. Bone role 3. Mobility is life and life is mobility. Blessed is the person who has it. All these physical activities are brought about by your muscles and bones. Mobility makes your life exciting. Can this person in a walker and a wheelchair ever be happy? Osteoarthritis of the knees. This affects your mobility in old age. So this sets up a vicious cycle. Reduced mobility because of arthritic knees increases the body weight, increases the load on joints increase, mobility further slows down. Consequently, the body weight further increases. All comorbidities like diabetes, obesity, heart ailments increase and get aggravated. The quality of life and happiness suffers. Bone role 4. Stability. It is another important contribution by the bones. Stability is lost due to fractured bones. How many of you desire or are happy with fractures? None, except we orthopedic surgeons, because that is our bread and butter. Approximately 6.3 million fractures occur each year in the US alone. Fractures to any of your 206 bones throws your life out of gear and creates 206 reasons for being unhappy. Functional loss, loss of productivity, economic loss, complications of fractures, cosmetic impairments can be debilitating. It can affect the mobility. It can lead to mortality too. Hence, stability is due to your unbroken skeletal system, and this leads to a happy personality. Bone role 5. Protection. Bones protect your vital organs. Skull protects the brain. Rib cage protects the heart and the lungs. Pelvis protects the genital urinary organs. And spinal column protects the spinal cord. Bone role 6. Bone form an important part of your body's defense system. It produces WBCs other than RBCs, platelets, and this keeps our body healthy with a robust defense system. In today's world, every country gives lots of importance to its defense system. You want your country defense to be strong and robust. Every country spends a high GDP in upgrading maintaining their defense and systems up to date. Weak defense system leads to meek surrender. Similarly, Weak bones leads to meek surrender in life. Bone rule 7. Postures. Importance of proper postures. Its abuse brings you unhappiness. Only we humans are erect. Erect spine, an attractive personality. It is nature's design for us. It signifies dignified life. Wrong postures for prolonged periods attract musculoskeletal problems. So, we need to know the normal and abnormal postures. Remember, we are the only two-legged animal and we need to have a neutral, balanced posture. We need to practice correct postures in all our activities, whether it is standing, walking, sitting, weightlifting or sleeping. We need to practice. Posture abuse in 4 groups. Posture abuse at home. This laughter at home by practicing these kind of postures can soon turn into gloom with various musculoskeletal problems. Posture abuse during the day-to-day activities. Most of the times our life is spent indoors. Consequently, we have become victims of a confined lifestyle. Posture abuse at office. Young professionals who are confined to chairs and indoors like computer professionals, call center workers, managers, executives, bureaucrats, people with desk jobs, sedentary lifestyles leads to repetitive stress injury and repetitive episodes of pain. Money spending jobs can turn out to be misery spending too. Extreme work pressures, long working hours, mal postures contributes to the musculoskeletal problem in the young like neck pain, back pain, tennis elbow, shoulder pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, fibromyalgia, RSI, repetitive stress injuries, knee pain. What are the after effects of these computer-related repetitive stress injuries? Affects the personal life, affects the professional life, visits to doctors and hospitals at a relatively young age, work productivity suffers, life productivity reduces, depression and suicides, consequences, happiness lost. Prevalence of work-related musculoskeletal problems. You can have a look at this diagram. 61% of lower back pain, 28%, 33% knee pain, 31% shoulder pain, neck pain. So much of problems because of poor postures. Poor posture due to mobile phones, a major contributor of modern day pain and stress. Phone postures leads to neck pain and their hand and wrist pain, texting, thumb and tendonitis, pain, inflammation, swelling of the thumb, tendons caused by repetitive motion. Over a period of time, it leads to arthritis and painful hand and fingers are not welcome in today's world because of the various activities we pursue. And the other musculoskeletal disorders due to smartphone use being upper back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, elbow, wrist and hand. The body parts that are reported with highest prevalence of musculoskeletal pain were the upper back 70.3%, neck 65.9% and wrist and hands 68.7% only because of these mobile phones. So mobile phones are also known to cause radiation. It can damage your bone marrow, leading to leukemia. So multiple musculoskeletal issues and stress are major contributors of unhappiness in young. Bone roll 8, it's a storehouse. It stores 99% of your body calcium. And calcium is required to keep your bones strong. Calcium are the building blocks of your bones and calcium is required for the function of all the vital organs of the body like the heart, brain and nerves. Bone roll 9, bone reserves. Your bone consists of 33% organic compounds and 67% of inorganic compounds as depicted in the diagram there. Organic compounds are mostly collagen and composition of inorganic is mainly calcium and that is a good bone bank. And depletion of your bone reserves leads to weak bones in old age called osteoporosis. So our happiness always, whatever profession we choose, we are always dreaming of a big bank balance and our success is determined by the bank balance we have. Bankruptcy and insolvency are dreaded terms. Nobody wants to be a bankrupt in their life. I told you about your bone bank. We know about financial bank, but there is something called bone bank and its role in your happiness. Bone bankruptcy can ruin your happiness more than your financial bankruptcy. Banking rules are different. In bone bank, the rules are different and your regular bank rules are different. A healthy bone balance is this, what you see on the left side of the figures. So if you have this quality of bone, then it is good. But if you have a depleted bone bank, you can see how hollow the bone becomes. Instead of the normal bone matrix, you have got a hollow bone and that leads to fractures in old age. So osteoporosis is a problem where 44 millions of Americans have low bone mass and the cost of osteoporosis treatment is $19 billion. So that's quite a significant public health problem. So you need to know about this game spoiler in old age, the osteoporosis. Story of hollow bones, brittle bones and brittle lives. OP, that is osteoporosis, is like a silent sleeper terrorist cell activity planning big time devastation. Once we reach the fragility fracture stage, it is like a full-blown terrorist activity on your bones. Simple low-velocity falls causes fragility fractures in elders, what we call bone attacks. They are deadlier than heart attacks. Fracture during activity that would not normally injure young healthy bones are called fragility fractures. It happens fall from standing heights or less or no identifiable trauma at all. And you can see the low velocity falls, fall from a flat surface, high velocity, fall from a stool, all because your bone has become bankrupt, and a simple fall like this, you will end up with a major fractures. So rule number 10, honorable exit. The bone gives us an honorable exit out of the world, but this can be thwarted by the dreary world of fragility fractures. In 2000, in US alone, osteoporosis is responsible for approximately 9 million new OP fractures every year. That is one fracture every 3 seconds. So comparing with other diseases, it leads the combined incidence of heart attack, stroke and breast cancer. You can see the graph here. The osteoporotic fractures combined all three killers. It stands high. Bone attacks are very deadly. Bone attacks, fractures every 3 seconds in osteoporosis sets the alarm bell ringing. Hip and spine fractures could be the last nail in the coffin and send them hurtling towards their death. With every major osteoporosis fracture, the risk of death doubles, yet it is not taken seriously the world over. Let us see what are the consequences of this bone bankruptcy. Hip attack, hip fragility fracture, simple fall. It is a dreary word. Hip fracture has a mortality of 9% in first month. In 1 year, it has got 30% mortality, and in the second year, mortality is 50%. 50% do not return to their pre-fracture functional level. So Sir Robert Jones, famous British orthopedic surgeon, immortalized this fracture when he said, "We come into the world under the brim of the pelvis and go out of the world through the fractured neck of femur." That is hip fracture. That means hip fracture is deadly. What was told by Sir Robert Jones many years back, unfortunately, still holds good in today's modern times. Then you have got spine attacks, spine fractures, and this is most of the times asymptomatic, leading to high disability and morbidity. It reduces the quality of life, like the hip fractures. Then you have got wrist attack, wrist fractures. It impairs the wrist function, which is very important in old age. And then shoulder attack, shoulder fractures, leads to stiffness in 30% of the cases. So healthy bone balance to depleted bone balance, that is bone bankruptcy. You should know the first 30, God has designed us in such a way that first 31 years of our life, bone deposit happens. Whereas in financial deposit, you can go on depositing anytime you want. But it's not so with the bones. The first 31 years of your life is a very important phase when your bone is getting deposited with good content. Bone withdrawal happens for the rest of your life. So this is important thing you should keep in mind. So how to prevent this bone bankruptcy? Follow these 3 rules, 3 M's. Maximize, maintain, minimize. Unlike your bank assets, you cannot deposit or withdraw money as and when you need. Bone bank deposit happens for the first 31 years and later it is only withdrawal. You can see here, maximize the bone deposit for the first 31 years of life, then maintain that bone deposit by a good lifestyle till 60 years and minimize the bone loss after 60 years so that it will last for a longer time and prevent the bone bankruptcy from happening. For all the 3, to maximize, to maintain and minimize the bone loss, the diet, exercise and good lifestyles are very important. So the rules of maximizing the bone deposit. Enable bone healthy activities that will make your bone stronger before you reach 30. Everyone, child, adult or elderly, should eat this good quality food to make your bone strong. Instill in your children the outdoor games makes their bones stronger, not playing with the mobiles, not sitting in front of the computers. Playing with your parents is still better. It bonds you emotionally too. And you have disabled these bone weakness activities within the first 30 years of your life. What are those? Children should be taught to avoid the junk foods. Dietary advice, everyone should consume calcium and vitamin D rich foods and stop eating the forbidden diets like that. Children should avoid bad habits like smoking and they should avoid alcohol. Young adults should avoid smoking alcohol which are bone friendly, unfriendly. Mobiles, laptops, video games, undesirable in children. Maintain the bone stock rule. That was about maximizing the bone stock. Then you need to maintain the bone stock whatever you have. And to do that, physical activity in all ages, more so in old age, is very important. Any of this physical activity, at least 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week is desirable. Then, rule number 3, minimize the bone loss. Prolong the longevity of your life. Adopt bone healthy lifestyle to march majestically to the sunset of your life. Walking for healthy bones in old age. Walking for 4 hours per week reduces the fracture risk by 41% in women. And weight-bearing exercise for healthy bones in old age. Simple activities like staircase climbing, gardening, housework, lifting weights is enough to keep your bones strong. And lifestyle changes. Be active. Exercise regularly. Avoid smoking and alcohol. Avoid beverages. Avoid sedentary lifestyle. And avoid stress. Minimize the posture abuse. If you have to use a computer, adopt these proper posture techniques. So the take-home message for you is, your happiness is directly proportional to your bone health. What does bones do to keep you happy in all age groups? It keeps you erect, it keeps you mobile, it keeps your skin and face glowing, it supplies you with blood, it makes your defense system strong, it keeps your vital organs well protected, facilitates your body to work effectively, it keeps your mental illness away. You need to take care of your bones, and in return, bones will take care of you. This is an womb to tomb agreement between the two. The bone happiness cycle. Healthy bones leads to healthy life leads to happy life leads to a happy family, and then happy society and happy world. You may have everything in life, name, fame, money, but to enjoy it, you need strong bones. You may be a celebrity, but your life will be miserable without mobility. Preventive approach is always the best. It saves us from the trauma of treatment. Prevent joint diseases, or else it will transport you to a wheelchair in the old age. Prevent posture abuse. Know all about proper and improper postures. Protect your skull. It houses your most important treasure, your brain. In India alone, more than 1 lakh lives are lost because of head injuries. Wear seat belts. It can snuff out your life when you are in your prime. Seat belts can save your life and your vital organs. From 1975 to 2017, seat belts are estimated to have saved 3,74,276 lives and reduced deaths from 65 to 45%. Spine fractures can make you a vegetable. In the United States alone, approximately 17,000 new cases of spinal cord injury happen each year. Can any injury to any of this, the brain, the spine, give you a happy and stable life? Of course not. Injuries to these can be fatal. Most of them is due to RTAs, road traffic accidents. The least you can do is to wear a helmet and wear a seat belt. It is too small a price to pay. It is better than being brain dead or a vegetable. Protect your bones. It will protect your life. It will keep you happy and also keep your dependent family happy. Prevent osteoporosis. I propagate bone healthy lifestyle, which I told you. And you need to follow that. You need to prevent the fragility fractures by being aware of an entity called osteoporosis. You are aware of diabetes, you are aware of hypertension, you are aware of heart attacks, you are aware of stroke, but you are not aware of bone attacks that can happen through osteoporosis. It will maim you in the old age. So, we need to prevent the fragility fractures from happening. How? In old age, your body is like a dilapidated building about to collapse. It is prudent to prevent its fall than pick up the debris later. Once a bone attack, always a bone attack. 86% of the time, if you break a bone in old age, you take it from the other 90%, you are again going to break the bone. It is like saying the lightning never strikes twice at the same place. But osteoporotic fractures definitely strike again and again. So it is always better to prevent it. Anti-fall measures in elderly, very important. You have to tell your grandparents, your parents to follow these measures because you don't want them to suffer from fragility fractures, which will be debilitating on their part in old age. 95% fragility fractures happen due to falls. No one wants to suffer or die with broken bones in old age. Hence, it is very important to prevent falls in old age. What are the anti-fall measures everyone should adopt? Very important in old age to correct the vision and the hearing. So that you see properly and you hear properly and you don't fall. Suggest these bathroom and safety room measures to prevent falls. Most of the falls happens in the bathroom. And then suggest staircase safety measures. Lighting, the children playing, all that, can cause falls in old age people. And you know about sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is weak muscles in old age. You might have seen old people with shrunken bodies. You can see the body. That is because of the muscle mass that is wasted, and that is called sarcopenia. It decreases by 50% from age 30 to 80. it leads to frailty and falls. So nutrition, exercise, physical activities and walking aids to prevent falls in senior citizens. Sarcopenia with osteopenia, that is weak muscle with weak bone, is a partners are in crime. Both are partners in crime. We call that as osteosarcopenia. Increases the incidence of falls. Partners in crime that can send packing you out of the world. So we need to be careful about the weak bones, the weak muscles. Weak bones and muscles means more falls. You know this famous singer Vani Jairam? She died recently because she ignored these anti-fall measures in old age. Even a slip and fall at home can prove to be lethal. She is an example. A famous Indian singer fell to her death at home due to a forehead injury. A simple walker like this could have saved her life. So let us not take things lightly when we reach old age. So a quick recap: to have a happy, healthy, long life, know the 10 bone rules and know the 10 bone healthy tips to keep your bones happy. These 10 tips will strengthen the 10 roles of your bones that will lead to a healthy life, lead to a strong body, mind and emotions, all ingredients for a happy and successful life. We may be anything. We may be a great, a management expert, or we may be a great artist, but you need a good, strong bone to enjoy all this what you're working. So, healthy bones, happy life. Happiness is directly proportional to a bone healthy life. No two words about it. You have all come here because of your bones. You're sitting here because of your bones. You'll get up and go home because of your bones. Because it is the locomotion which is the most important thing your bones give you. The day the locomotion ends, that's the end of our life. So hope you enjoyed this 3E edutainment, of education, empowerment and entertainment. So how do you want to be in your old age? On a wheelchair or on your two strong legs? You have to decide that today. How do you want to live and die? Walking or lying in old age? Your action begins now. Healthy bank account versus healthy bone account. Your bones play a very big role in both your accounts. Guarantees happy life. Know that the bone banking and your regular banking rules are different. It is the first 31 years of your life in bone bank. Then rest, it is only withdrawal. It's not like your regular banking things. So financial independence everybody wants. And disease independent life we always should aim for. Because if you have a disease independent life, then you will have this financial independence too. Otherwise, you will end up spending all your money on getting that disease independent life.